I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I don't know how many times I could say it, but boy, is it good to be back.
Goal! No, it was a replay.
Oh. Yeah! We got women's hockey going. The one time a year that Kelly and I turn into hockey fans, right around the NHL All-Star break / whenever the Olympics is going on. But we got women's USA versus Canada for the gold right now, tied 1-1 going into
OT.
Overtime. Why are you muted?
What's going on?
What is
Have I been muted the whole time?
I don't know.
Well, that's one way to get rid of me.
I guess. See what happens when you leave for a week?
Should I reset?
Goal! You might have hit it loud enough to the point where it automatically muted you.
Likely. We can probably go back to using one mic like the early days.
Oh, dude. Could you imagine?
Look, this is a sports podcast. We've got USA Canada going right now, women's hockey.
Yeah.
If I just erupt, right? If I just erupt like
Phrasing.
I did earlier. Phrasing is everything. If I explode like I did earlier,
yeah,
it's because the USA, something big is going to happen.
Because you're watching women play hockey.
In this match. It's not a game, it's a hockey match. Yeah. Let's get that correct. Yeah. It's not a game. I've corrected many people already. It's a match. And it's not a soccer field, damn it. It's a pitch. Anyway, my earlier eruption.
Are you going to start the trend where you start
I thought they scored.
A gridiron?
And it was a freaking replay.
Ooh. You got to pay attention. You're getting to that age where things are going to fool you. You're going to start getting those telemarketer calls where it's like, this is your son. I'm in jail. Can you please wire me $5,000 so I can get out? And you're like, sure. I'll do that for you, sonny.
That's not me.
You get fooled by a replay, man. It's all downhill from there.
That's not me. You know how when you go to a training, sometimes these wonky presenters will make you stand up and do an exercise or do something like this icebreaker theme? You know how we do that?
Yeah.
Let's start this right now, and let's do a curling brush motion. Let's do it right now. Right, go.
Hard!
Go! No!
Hold! Easy! How is that a sport?
I'm so tired. I don't know, but I'm telling you what, I love the Olympics. I've said it before. I love the Olympics, and we can get mesmerized with an hour plus of watching the curling. And I'm here to tell you what, I am going to make a negative comment regarding the USA women's curling team dropping is it a match? Is it a game? Is it a what? Set? Dropping whatever to Italy, man. Italy was like 0-0. They hadn't won a single match, game, set, nothing. And USA women go in, one loss, only one loss, 4 wins, 5 wins, whatever.
It's rigged.
And they drop it.
Rigged.
And I'm here to tell you
where are the Olympics at this year?
Milan.
Which is where?
Italy.
Yeah, rigged.
It's not rigged.
Rigged. You got people cheating. You got people cheating in the Olympics right now. They're extending their little fingers, pushing that concrete boulder.
It was behind the green line. Didn't matter. Sweden needs to settle down. It was behind the green line. He could flip it off. He could do whatever he wants.
I don't know.
He could do what he wants.
I don't know.
It was what do they call that?
Coming from a Chiefs fan, this seems pretty suspect.
Shut your face. Is it called the hog line? What's it called?
I hope it's called the hog line.
Look
I
it
hope
up.
so.
Look it up in your spare
Not
time.
that I would be able to even touch the hog line.
Whatever it is, it was behind the green line.
All right.
It doesn't matter. But I'm telling you what, I love the Olympics, man. I've taken in curling. I've taken in speed skating, which my people, the Netherlands, my people are destroying speed skating. Just destroying it. They did end up pulling a silver last night in the team speed skating. However, there's a lot to offer in these Olympics. What's her name? Why can't I remember her name? Michaela Schifrin? Is that her name? Correct me if I'm wrong. The downhill skier, slalom skier, USA. Had a big tragedy. You're sitting idle. I don't know what's happening right now. You clearly don't know who it is. Anyway, I think her first name's Michaela.
I got nothing.
She won a gold in the old slalom last night.
That's a fun name. That's a fun word. I mean, slalom.
Is it Schifrin?
Sure.
I feel like it might be.
Maybe.
I might be way off. Somebody's always there to correct me.
I thought the curling stone had a cooler name. No, it's just a curling stone. Weighs about 38 to 44 pounds and are crafted from specialized rare granite, quarried primarily in Alicia Craig in Scotland.
I'm gonna go
known for its density and water resistance.
I'm gonna go Isla.
Isla? Sure.
With a S that is not pronounced.
Sounds great.
Isla Craig, Scotland.
Sounds
density,
good.
water. See, now I've had two. One night we had an announcer calling it the Rock. Another night they're calling it the Stone.
It's both. It's good.
I know.
You're fine.
So when you're learning the sport of curling and you're really trying to, you're investing this time and energy into watching this stuff.
Yes.
I got to know proper language. I got to know what it
Absolutely.
is. And what's the line? Did you look it up? Is it a hog line? What is it?
What is
the green line in curling?
What is the green line in curling? Whoa.
What are you spelling? This is solid. Here it comes.
Hog line.
Woo! It's the hog line.
A thick green line marked on the ice approximately 30 feet down from the hack, which is the starting block.
That is true.
It is a critical, legally mandated line that defines a valid stone delivery.
So this dude was massaging the stone before the hog line.
On the hog technology and at elite competitions like the Olympics, electronic sensors in the stone handles detect if a player still has a hand on the stone when it crosses the line.
Correct.
Hence the little bit of scrutiny we had where you had, I think it was at France or whoever it was, where they were releasing the stone.
Canada.
Yeah, so Canada was releasing the stone, and then you could see he was extending his finger behind the stone to kind of like give it just a little bit more oomph or something.
Sensor didn't pick up on
I
it,
guess.
therefore it's not
Yeah.
illegal. Or is the sensor only in the handle?
Now you're getting into...
Either way, it's behind the
You're
hog
getting into
line.
semantics where it's like, if I didn't get caught, it's not a crime.
It's behind the hog line, Ryan. It was behog the damn hind line. Whatever I just said, it was behind the hog line. And Sweden needs to relax because you know what? You weren't any good anyway. If it comes down to a guy massaging with his finger the stone before the hog line, if that's what it comes down to for you to win the match, you got bigger problems.
It's called double touching, which depending on what you're doing could be a good thing or a bad thing. But in this case, for curling, double touching is a bad thing. Recent attention, such as in the 2026 Winter Olympics, focused on a player using their finger to touch the granite part of the stone after releasing the handle, touching the stone again past the hog line, or touching the granite portion during delivery is illegal and considered a double touch violation.
That's great. Here's what I think is fascinating. One, that was not a violation, so we're done talking about it. Secondly, how they get so crazy with the brooms. And they are sweeping, even standing behind the moving stone, and they are just brushing like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Never hit that thing.
No.
No. It's like they train for this stuff, you know?
So now, this will bring up an old argument that we've had.
Fun fact, we're back on the ice. Just keep yourself alerted.
Okay.
Don't pitch yourself if I flip out.
An old argument that we've had where now there are some people saying that curling isn't a sport, shouldn't be considered a sport, not a sport.
It's a sport. It is way more of a sport than professional eating.
But you train for that too.
Yeah, not the same way.
I don't know.
Not the same way. If you're short of breath from professional eating, it's because you're choking. If you're short of breath from curling, it's because you're brushing shit out of that ice. And you're doing your job. You're doing your job.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to touch it. I think they're both sports. I think it's fine.
How about speed skating? Are you watching any of this stuff? Am I talking to myself?
Yeah, you're talking to yourself because I haven't watched a damn minute of it.
Speed skating is so fascinating to me. They're humming.
Yeah.
Like they are humming. And when they're cracking down into corners and hands might get down on the ice and all that stuff, their skates, when they're trying to make an inside move, their skates are inches. Inches matter, Ryan. Inches matter.
They do, especially near the hog line.
And yeah, there's no hog line. It is. I'm telling you, their skates are inches and inches apart. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So we have some technical difficulties in the middle of my story. Ryan hits the pause button. He says, "Oh, poop, that didn't work out." Blah blah blah. Something with some board infrastructure issue. I say, "Where were we at?" He says, "It doesn't matter. We'll move on." So what? I feel like I had a great.
You just said before this that you don't want to ramble on about whatever because you got so much shit for it last week.
I took some shit over the portal ramble. I'm sorry.
So I'm trying to keep
everybody.
you from doing that and moving on to the next thing.
No,
Because I got nothing to interject about the Olympics. I think it's fine. It is what it is. But
inches matter. That's where I was at. And the skates are inches apart. I love that. I love the downhill skiing. I think the figure skating, nope, yawn. Can't do that. Everybody does.
That guy did a flip, though.
Everybody does primarily the same routine. They got to make sure there's a triple action suplex curl in there. They got to make sure that there's this thing where they're dragging her around
Souffle curl.
Whatever it's called. And I mean, it is what it is.
All right. Well, I got something for you, something that maybe some of you out there have either taken part in, you've played before, or whatever. But Kelly, have you done the Immaculate grid for football yet?
No.
Okay. So this is a daily game. Works much like that of like Sudoku or whatever, where they come up with different grids every single day, and it's your job to fill them out. It looks like this. Can you see that?
I can see it.
Okay. So it's a 3x3 grid. So 3 up, 3 down for a total of 9 different spots that you can put in. You have 9 guesses to fill this out, okay? And the grid goes much like that, where they've got, so like for instance, this one has the Jets here, and it's got the Seahawks here. Your job is to tell me who played for both the Jets and the Seahawks.
Oh, wow.
And the more obscure the player is, meaning the less guesses that it has, the more points that you can get.
Oh, fun.
You have 9 guesses to fill out the entire board, and let's just see how well you do throughout this whole thing. Okay, I'll help you out with some of them.
Oh, we're actually going to play this.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, this is great because
Yeah.
I don't care about the Jets. I actually just told somebody this morning. Because he was ranting and raving about being a Jets fan. And he's like, if the Jets make the Super Bowl this year, can I go? And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll pay for the whole trip.
There you go.
I'll pay for everything.
Sure.
You want sideline passes?
Yeah.
You're in it.
You got it.
You want to be a part of the halftime show? You're in.
Yeah.
I'll pay for the whole crapperoo.
Yeah.
Flights and all.
Okay, perfect. So you have 9 guesses to fill out the grid. Each guess, whether correct or incorrect, counts as a guess. After 9 guesses, the game will end and you will be given a score. Number of correct out of the 9 and rarity of score will kind of put you on the board of where you sit as far as everybody else that's played the game, right?
That's icing. That's icing.
Okay, pay attention.
I am paying attention.
Okay, so you need to give me a player that played for both the Jets and the Seahawks.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Final answer?
Geno Smith.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
There? Okay, you got it. 16% have used that as an answer. Now I need a player that played for both the Jets and the Packers.
Holy moly. Is this obvious?
There's an obvious one, but I'll give you a better one.
There's an obvious one. Jets and Packers. Jets and Packers.
Wide receiver.
Finkel and Einhorn. Finkel and Einhorn. Wide receiver.
Yeah. So you could go Aaron Rodgers, you could go Devontae Adams. But I would suggest that you go Ty Montgomery.
I'm going to go with Ty Montgomery. I completely forgot that Devontae was he there only a year?
Yep.
Okay.
Like half a year.
Okay, so I'm not entirely insane.
0.9% of people have guessed that one.
Ty Montgomery. See, I knew that.
So that's a big one. Now I need a player that played for both the Jets
Oh, why?
and the Raiders, but you can't use Geno Smith.
Jets and Raiders.
Jets and Raiders.
Devontae Adams.
Okay.
By process of elimination, Devontae Adams.
How does he spell his name?
Davante.
I was doing D.
Davante.
There he is. I was doing DE. That's what I was doing.
No.
That's a 40% of people have guessed that. All right. Now I need a player that played for the Seahawks and the Bills. Yeah.
Seahawks and the Bills.
Seahawks and the Bills.
Doesn't matter where they started.
Nope,
just
and
they played
it
for
could
both.
be from here until the beginning of time.
Holy.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Seahawks and the Bills.
I don't think they've had any.
You want to pass on it for now?
Yeah, I better, because
Okay.
oh, man.
All right. Give me a player that played for the Packers and the Bills. And I've got one.
Wide receiver guy. Didn't. Oh, no. Maybe he went to Baltimore. Who's a bad guy that played for the Chiefs?
I've got a really good one. It's really obscure.
Well, just answer it, because I'll be here all day. Packers and Bills? I don't know.
But he also played for the Chiefs.
Well, okay. So is it the wide receiver?
Sammy Watkins.
Oh, no. I had the other guy.
12% have used that one. I was going to either use that or Razul.
Sammy Watkins.
Or Razul Douglas.
Sammy Watkins for the Packers? No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played 1 year.
See, that's what
Yeah.
They're not there long enough to make a dent in the bench.
Yeah, he was there for 1 year. How about the Raiders and the Bills? I'm having a hard time just coming up with Bills players.
I feel really dumb. I feel dumb. The sports podcast, right?
Yeah.
I can talk to countless people and I'm like, God, how do you know so
There's
much
somebody
about
screaming at their phone right now going, it's this guy. But
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
dummy.
when you're put on the spotlight like this, it's not as easy.
Now, who are the teams?
So you either need to give me a Bills and a Seahawks player or a Bills and a Raiders player.
Jeez. Oh. Well, you go to the Raiders to die, for your career to die. So somebody started at the Bills.
I always
ended up
start
with
here.
the
Did
Raiders.
Ryan Fitzpatrick play for either the Seahawks or the Raiders?
Nobody played for the Bills and the Raiders.
He played for the Raiders?
Didn't Fitzpatrick? Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I don't know. He played for a ton of teams.
He didn't play for the Raiders. No. Jeez. They take recycled quarterbacks all over. Oh, hey! Nope, he didn't play for the Bills. I was thinking the former San Francisco guy.
I don't know.
Whatever his name was. Lost Super Bowl. Backup quarterback. Turned starter. Oh, by the way. Goal!
USA or
USA
Canada?
just took it.
That's a win.
In
That's
overtime.
Is that goal?
That's a goal.
Hey, now.
Bite on that thing.
Hey, now.
Bite on that thing. Bite on that gold coin.
Bite on that thing.
Oh. I don't know if that was the
Oh! Terrell Pryor.
Oh, yeah, nope. Wouldn't have gotten that. Had no idea he played for the... Was it the Bills and the Raiders?
Yeah. Yes.
Terrell Pryor played for the Bills?
Yeah, I believe for like a year.
That's
or
a
two.
small percentage. That's going to be under 10.
Pryor.
I don't know which...
0.6.
Yeah, see? That's insane. I don't know if it... Sorry, I'm jumping. I am multitasking right now.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know if it's the Canadian coach or the U.S. coach, but somebody is sobbing right now. And I don't know which coach it is. I'm going to go with it's got to be the U.S. coach. The Canadians are upset, clearly.
Dude, there's an obvious one for the Bills and the Seahawks.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
No, boy.
Yes, there is.
Give me a position. That's it.
Running back.
Damn it. Bills and Seahawks.
Yes.
Waters. Nope. Johnson. Nope.
Initials are ML. He was drafted by the Bills, later finished his career with... Well, didn't finish his career. He actually finished his career with the Raiders. Won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. Should have had two Super Bowls had they given him the ball. Yeah, have they given him the ball.
Beast mode didn't play for the Bills. He did play for the Bills.
He got drafted by the Bills.
He did.
Yes.
Was he injured a lot there?
I don't think so. 73% guessed Marshawn Lynch for that one.
That's insane.
Okay, now to finish this out, I need a wide receiver that played for the Seahawks that caught 10-plus touchdowns.
DK Metcalf.
Okay.
I should get points for time.
That's pretty good. Now I need a wide receiver that scored 10-plus touchdowns, receiving touchdowns for the Packers in a season.
Jordy Nelson.
Okay. White Lightning. And now I need a wide receiver for the Raiders that scored 10-plus touchdowns in a season.
Devontae Adams.
Can't use him. You've already used him.
Shit. Why am I drawing a blank on Raiders receivers, man?
I don't know. Because there haven't been a ton of them. Does Brock Bowers count?
Jacoby Jones.
God.
Is that even his name?
Jacoby Myers?
Yeah, him.
Oh! You missed it on the last guess.
Jacoby Myers was wrong, right?
Yep, there was not one there. So we can keep guessing, but you got a score of 291, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So Immaculate Grid, that was number 946. Let's keep guessing here. Let's see if we can guess this last one. The Raiders. Would Brock Bowers count?
No, he's a tight end.
Well, it's receiving touchdowns.
Oh, you're right. No, he hasn't. He didn't have that many.
You're right, he didn't.
No.
He's really good, though.
Oh, I know, but he missed like 6 games.
Randy Moss didn't. He wasn't there long enough. Antonio
Holy.
Brown never even made it on the field.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep listing. Renfro?
I mean, it's not a terrible guess. Who was the main guy when Derek Carr was there?
Devontae Adams, right?
But you can't use that.
Can't use that. So,
But no, I mean, Derek Carr was there long before Devontae Adams ever got there, so there had to have been. He was throwing to somebody.
well, I think that Jacoby dude was there for a while, and I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to Google
See
it.
what I mean?
Raiders with 10 plus.
It's going to be somebody obvious, and it's just
It's hard on the spot, man.
nuts to me. Oh, it was the U.S. coach. He was sobbing. I knew it. There it is. There's the look.
Randy Moss had 11 touchdowns in 2005.
Oh,
I knew he was there, but I didn't think they were good enough for him to catch 10 plus touchdowns.
you know, it's interesting to me how quickly you can forget that certain
That
players.
answer didn't count. He scored 11. What?
Time ran out.
I don't know. There's not a ton of them on here. It's Devonta, Tim Brown, Terry McDaniel.
Oh, that's the one I was trying to. Tim Brown, Chief Killer, back in the day.
Not very many of those.
Tim Brown was the Chief Killer.
Well, there you go. That got it. Average score. Yeah. I don't even know how to read this.
Is this a daily thing?
Yeah, it does it every day.
Every day.
Every day.
What's it called again? The grid?
The Immaculate Grid.
The Immaculate Grid.
Yeah. Kind of fun.
I better start quizzing myself a little.
Yeah, you better.
You forget about players and where they go.
Yeah.
People can call me whatever names they want. I truly forgot that Randy Moss played for the Raiders.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, he was there, and he was kind of... They were almost kind of thinking he was washed at that point in time.
Did he go to the Patriots after the
He did,
Raiders?
yep.
That's why, because
Yep.
he went back to the Patriots and actually kind of little resurgence a little bit.
Kinda. He set the receiving
That's
touchdown
what I
record.
mean.
And they
That's
went
what I
undefeated
mean.
until they got beat in the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. And they got beat by the Giants.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah. Never forget. David Tyree.
Helmet,
Yeah.
pin. How can I remember that but forget Tim Brown?
I don't
A
know.
guy that scorched my Chiefs year
Chief
in and
killer.
year out. He was
Chief
a
killer. All right, so 23 minutes into the show, let's get into some of the meat and potatoes of what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk a little bit about the Olympics, a little bit more, a couple different things between the new sport called Ski-Mo. We'll go over what's going to happen this weekend if certain things unfold on February 20th, which is tomorrow at the time of recording. We'll talk about Patrick Mahomes for a minute and his salary sacrifice. Seahawks are up for sale.
Why do you got to say it like that?
We'll talk a little bit more about an NIL deal that just happened with Texas Tech. And then Kelly will give us his grades A to F on the recent coaching hires in the NFL.
And then Ryan is going to get graded on the Wizard of Oz.
Hey now.
Which is 100%
Hey
related
now.
to NFL coaches.
The dream is over.
Stop. Just stop.
All right, story number one, Ski-Mo's historic Olympic debut. For those that don't know what the abbreviation for Ski-Mo is, it's ski mountaineering. Kelly, have you watched this? Do you know what it is?
I sure did.
Okay, so Ski-Mo, just for the uninitiated, which was me as of about 30 minutes ago.
Didn't the dude from Norway just dominate Ski-Mo?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. So athletes climb up using a specialized lightweight ski equipment with traction-generating skins on the bottom of them. They then transition into the competitive fast-paced sprint race that athletes go between skiing up, carrying skis, and then back down while skiing. And then skiers remove their skins, lock their bindings, and ski down the challenging often ungroomed mountainous terrain.
Yeah.
So specialized light gear, which includes skis, bindings that allow the heels to lift for climbing, and ski boots are often crampons and ice axes for steep, icy sections. Apparently, this has been kind of the new fun thing to watch. I didn't see any of it, but it does sound very interesting.
Norway dominated.
So the gold went to Spain for, who was that, Oriol Carnada Cole, who won the men's sprint, securing Spain's first Winter Olympic gold medal in 54 years. Last time they won was 1972. And then the women's side, Switzerland's Marianne Fatten took the gold in women's sprint just 20 minutes prior. Yes, that is her legal name, and that's an unfortunate name for a woman, but that is what it is. Fatton.
Faton.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Fatton's probably right.
Faton.
So why this matters is it's new. People haven't seen this before, but it is, it's combining high intensity uphill skiing with downhill racing, and it's been a massive hit for Italian viewership. And I can see why. Like, you trudging. Everybody loves a good climb, right? You always think back to those, like...
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, in the 90s, I always remember watching Guts. You had to climb the hill where things were rolling down on you and hit a button or whatever, wipe out. Or for you, it was probably American Gladiator doing those type of things. But if you can watch somebody endure up a hill and then you get to do the fun part by racing down it...
Yeah, when you come rolling into the old pit section there, and you got to clip out and clip back into new skis and take off. What's the one called where they actually shoot? See that?
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
That's amazing.
That's like cross country something. But yeah, they're kind of more on flat, and they're just kind of doing their thing, and then they'll stop and they'll take out their 22 and hit a couple of targets, and then they'll move on to the next thing.
Five. Yeah. Got to hit 5, and then you take off again.
Ting, ting, ting. Yeah. Whoever started that one was just like, what would be fun if we were just skiing with guns.
And they were.
Yes.
Now, were they physically able to shoot while skiing? No. They were harnessed around their back. That was fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff. I did watch Ski-Mo. It's fun.
Ski-Mo.
Ski-Mo.
Ski-Mo. With a Ramo yell.
No.
She cried ski-mo.
Can't stop.
Won't stop either.
Wow. Okay.
NHL players are back in the Olympics for the first time since 2014, and the quarterfinals on Wednesday, February 8th, were pure chaos. The Mariner moment, which included Mitch Mariner, who plays for the Vegas Golden Knights when he's here in the States, but is currently playing for Team Canada, scored the fastest overtime goal in Olympic history, which was at 1 minute and 22 seconds into overtime, to beat... Help?
What? It's ultimately
Czechia?
It's ultimately Czechoslovakia.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've never seen it abbreviated that way.
Yeah.
Czechia?
Czechia.
Czechia?
4-3.
Yeah, I've never seen that abbreviated that way in my life.
Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, so, which means we are set for a Friday night fight on February 20th, which includes Canada versus Finland and USA versus Slovakia. If the North American Giants, meaning the Canadians and the Americans, win, then we get USA-Canada.
I think Czechia and Slovakia parted ways. They divorced.
They must have.
I think that's what happened. Yeah. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah. I don't
Did you watch Hughes from your Minnesota? What's their hockey team?
He's talking about Utah.
No, the Minnesota hockey team. Who are they?
The Wild.
Yeah, the Wild.
Yeah.
Hughes from the Wild slapped that bugger in the other night. Amazing.
Yeah.
What a great shot.
Nice.
Right over the top of the glove, just under the iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minnesota
guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of those guys. That's all they do over there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure if you're born in Minnesota, you're like 30% hockey puck.
Yep. He had a pretty weak-looking beard and had all his teeth.
Some guys do. Well, that probably just means he's super young.
Yeah, mask came down a little farther, but it was a great slap shot.
Yeah. But we'll be rooting for that because, the last time we talked a bunch of hockey on this show, we were talking about an exhibition match between USA and Canada in the men's, and it was everything that we wanted it to be.
Yeah, this is on because U.S. beat Canada not that long ago.
And this would be for an Olympic gold medal, not just some random middle-of-the-season exhibition game that you put on for the NHL.
We probably got some work to do against Slovakia.
Yeah. So, go Canada, go USA, because I think when it comes down to it, I think that would just be an amazing gold medal match, as you saw between the women here that just went to overtime. USA. Yeah, take that, Canada.
Yeah, take that, Maple Leafs.
Beat you at your own sport.
Leafs.
Yeah.
Leafs.
So be looking forward to that, as we kind of move into this transition period where we don't have football again until August or whatever it's going to be. So 6 months of just living in the Sahara, hoping that baseball gets us by and pretending that we really like basketball when we don't.
It's all going to be fine.
Yeah. We like college basketball. Let's just put it that way.
We like that.
Yeah. I will say, though, I did watch some of the All-Star game for the NBA, and they did there was some more energy in it. There was some guys that were actually playing defense. It was very entertaining to watch. Wembanyama showed up. He was kind of the one that set the tone for it. Anthony Edwards answered it, and there was a lot of good basketball that was being played throughout that, and it was super fun to watch.
They advertised well for it.
It was great.
They did a nice job.
And actually, it was great. And I think it was new and fresh, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get away with it every single year, but being invested in that for the first time since, I don't know, maybe before Kobe died, might have been one of those times where I'm like, this is a good time. I'm glad I turned this on. Unlike when I turned on the All-Star flag football game for the NFL, where I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
So, nice to be able to have something good to say about the NBA All-Star game, where the last 10 years have just been, this is a joke. It's going to be 240 to 260. And why are we even here? So, anyway, little side note there, but pretty fun to watch. Story number 3, Mahomes takes a salary sacrifice. Chiefs made their first major post-playoff move yesterday, which would have been February 18th. So much so that Kelly had to just text me randomly saying that Mahomes restructured, which is great.
I have questions.
The math, by converting, $54.45 million of Patrick Mahomes' 26 salary into a signing bonus, the Chiefs created 43 in immediate cap space. The strategy, they were 57 over the limit. This move allows them to keep Chris Jones and potentially target a high-end wide receiver in free agency. Mahomes is still recovering from knee surgery, but is expected to be 100% for the opener.
Here's the big one. The move dropped the 2026 cap hit from $78.2 million to only $34.65.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big move.
Yeah. Kind of some cheeky salary cap movement there. I can't believe that you can actually just convert it into a signing bonus after it's already been written on paper and done like that.
Cap is merely a guideline. Doesn't exist.
Yeah. I think there need to be a little bit. I feel like if you need to pay the repercussions of signing somebody to a contract and not being able to just renege on that and not be able to do anything you're supposed to do.
Yeah, tell the Dodgers.
Well, that's what I mean. And that plays into more of what's happening in baseball, where that type of restructuring, where they're just creating more and more payments down the road, or converting it into whatever you want to call it, is kind of what's coming to a head here after the season of 27, where you're looking at an MLB lockout because of the way that these contracts are being structured, and you're paying guys like Ohtani until they're in their 50s millions of dollars every single year for them not to play for you.
So where does Mahomes' new contract rank amongst NFL quarterbacks?
Oh, I mean,
because I think playing through this last season, this most recent season, I think he was 7th.
So my
Where's
question
he at
is
now?
He's probably he's probably at the very bottom, because if they converted his 26 salary, which was $54 million, and he's already been paid, so you either take that into account as a signing bonus, or he doesn't count against the cap, so he's at a 0, right? I think.
Yeah, so he's a $44 million base and a $10 million roster.
Is this the last year of his contract?
No.
Right.
Can't be, right?
So why wouldn't you do this?
No, it's a 10-year.
Question, and I don't know the insides and outs, and maybe you know it better.
I don't.
Why wouldn't you just do this every year?
I think they do with different players. That's what I think they do. I think they do that with different players.
I mean, if I'm going to pay,
you hear about restructures all the time.
If I'm going to pay my quarterback close to $55-60 million a year, why wouldn't I just pay it as a signing bonus every single year?
I don't know, but they knew it when they did it, because that's what everybody talked about. Oh, this is the most outrageous thing, and then you get the smart talking heads that actually look behind the scenes and are like, no, this is what it gives them the flexibility to do 5 years down the road, which we are 5 years down the road, and it's like, oh, we got this restructure. Now we can keep other people.
Because
they do it with all these other guys on the teams. They restructure this and give it all signing bonus, and look at the cap savings we saved, and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
they had $47 in cap space until they did this.
I've never seen it be 100% converted, though. I've always seen it like a portion of it.
Yeah, you're correct. And what better not happen is that none of that money that they freed up had better go to Tyreek Hill. And I'm just putting that out there right freaking now. I don't want Tyreek Hill back. Anthony already jumped my shit this morning. What do you mean you don't want Tyreek? I don't want Tyreek Hill back on the team. I don't want him. Be gone. Go to Buffalo. Go to Baltimore. Go to one of them other beloved teams. Don't care. Don't want him back. Yeah. Stay off my Chiefs roster. I will light shit on fire if he ends up back on my roster.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with Tyreek. And for those that don't know, he was recently released by the Dolphins, and there's already been a bunch of scuttlebutt about where he's going to go and all this other stuff. And it's not the same Tyreek that he was 8 years ago.
No,
he might be an 8-time Pro Bowler and a 1-time Super Bowl champ, but I mean, he's not the same player that he was. And I mean, even mentally, he's completely different. We're not even mentioning physically, and coming off of one of the most horrendous ankle injuries I've seen in a long time, where it's like not even attached anymore, which is just disgusting.
Yeah, well, given the number of children he's got running around, something else should get detached.
You're probably not wrong there either.
I'm just going to put that out there.
You're probably not wrong. So,
well, that was not PG. Okay, great.
Yeah. But I'm sure he'll make his rounds in all the different areas that you would expect.
I see what you did there. Make his rounds.
Yeah, but I'm sure he'll pop up on, I think the Jets are going to sign him, or it'll be
Bills.
It'll be the Bills or the Raiders or the Ravens or whoever else, and he'll just be as a Packer fan, I don't want him either because it's not the same guy. Plus, I don't have a need for 3 wide receivers under 5'5". Okay.
That's what I said to Anthony, is why would we bring Tyreek back and have the exact same thing that we have with Rashee Rice and Worthy?
Yeah.
Great. You can stretch the field and you're speedy. That's wonderful. We have no possession receivers in Kansas City. Go get yourself a true possession receiver.
Yeah.
We've got adequate speed. You can do your end arounds and your slots and all your other stuff.
In my opinion, you get more value from a guy like Mike Evans.
Correct.
Who's a possession wide receiver. He's big, he's tall, he scores touchdowns.
Dwayne Bowe.
Yeah.
Remember Dwayne Bowe?
I sure do.
What a wonderful possession receiver.
Yep. Had a couple of years, maybe quasi flash in the pan, but still really effective when he was healthy.
Did his job.
Yep.
We got no one.
Not a bad move by them. Obviously, if you're able to do that, great. I still think it's kind of goofy that you can just kind of make up the rules as you go along with some of this financial stuff.
I'm telling you.
So
we've said it. I would love to be a fly on the wall when it comes time to discuss cap issues and or draft. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
Just to be present. Hear the conversations being had.
Yeah. How do you manipulate this? What are we going to do here? How do you? It's basically, it's the whole. What do you steal from Peter to pay Paul type of thing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And how we talk about how players are no longer humans, and all of a sudden they're draft capital or they're trading pawns or there's something like that. Oh, we can probably get rid of this guy. We can probably fill this guy with. And they mean so much when they're all standing up on the podium and they're raising the hats and the shirts and all the good stuff. And all of a sudden it comes time to, you know what, we can do better.
That is kind of the thing, that the morality clause in all of this that kind of gets lost in this, I don't know what you want to call it, but like this legalization of selling human beings.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, by the way, we think you're worth this, so we sold you to this team for 2 draft picks, and now that we're living on the East Coast, now you got to move to the West Coast.
Yeah, right.
And you don't have any say in it because you signed a contract, and we own you, essentially.
Yep.
So your kids that have gone to school here for 4 years, and your wife that's been established in the community, and your establishment in the community, you own a house here. Have fun trying to do that in California. Oh, by the way, you're going to pay a shit ton of money in taxes and a bunch of different things now that we've shipped you off to this state that you don't want to be in, that you didn't agree to. So have fun with that, and we're going to, take a couple people and hopefully try to rebuild. It's been great. It's been fun. It's been real, but it hasn't been real fun.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
How often do you think players who get traded sell their homes to incoming players?
I don't know, because I just heard a rumor that Aaron Rodgers finally sold his Green Bay house.
Oh, wow.
And he's been out of there for 3 years now. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and these are not, in this market, you're not selling a $400,000 house.
Yeah, no.
These are 13, 14.
And most of these guys are building new homes.
Yeah.
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 Structured to their liking.
Yeah, most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on where it's built, who they are, all that other stuff. I mean, and then you've got, I want to say Lamar Jackson lives in a $700,000 house.
Oh, I thought you were going to say his mom's trailer.
No, but I wouldn't put it past him. But he lives a very modest life, I believe.
I bet it's got a hell of an office where he can write those books.
Which is kind of like, if I was making that kind of money, I would probably just live in
You would not. Stop it.
No, I wouldn't live in these vast mansions where they're
Yes, you would.
No.
Yes, you would.
It's just more to maintain. It's more to clean. It's more to do all that other stuff.
It's not for you to maintain and clean. You hire people to do that, Ryan. Because that's what you do.
Ask Warren Sapp how that worked out when he spent all of his money and now he's broke.
That's different.
I think the smartest financial guy in the league Rob Gronkowski. He doesn't outspend his needs. He never spent an ounce of his football money. He lived off of his advertising money for how long?
Your house would not cost less than $1 million.
And that's fine. I mean, in this day and age, you could probably.
That's fine, he says.
Well, if you're Patrick Mahomes and you're making what, $55 million, you just write a check for a house. But I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
No, but you'd live in a $1 million home.
I wouldn't live in like a 8,000 square foot house. Doesn't make any sense. You just lose your family in it.
I disagree. I think you would. I
don't think so. I've come to actually.
You think people could hide in there and just get lost for like a week?
Yes, I do.
See, that's the home I want to live in. That's where I want to be.
Now,
who in the hell is this guy?
Now, would I buy cool shit? Absolutely.
A bunch of stuff that depreciates in value?
Sure, whatever.
Jet skis, boats, cars, trucks, snowmobiles.
Maybe not. No, probably more memorabilia stuff. And I would
Drones.
be more likely to want to travel, like take my wife places and go travel and do stuff and experience things.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, we've talked about it before where it's like the house that we live in currently, this might just be it. We might just, because we don't really want to go through all of that. It's fine where we live. It's cool. Things could change, but.
Well, you have to take your wife with you traveling.
Yeah.
You can't leave her in the house where the guy that's been living in the back closet for, over a week to 10 days.
Yeah.
You can't leave it. No. She's got to go with you.
Yes. But I don't know. I think it's definitely a different lifestyle. One that I would like to experience for a short period of time, maybe.
You know what I'd like to experience? I'd like to experience buying the Seahawks for $6 billion.
$6 billion. Talk about selling at the high point. So less than 2 weeks after winning the Super Bowl, the estate of Paul G. Allen officially triggered the sale of the team on Wednesday. The team being the Seattle Seahawks, who are your newest Super Bowl champion for 2026-2025 season. Price tag, experts believe the Seahawks will shatter the $6.5 billion record set by the Commanders with a fresh Lombardi trophy and Sam Darnold looking like a franchise quarterback. The valuation has never been higher. So, I mean, 100% of the proceeds will go towards philanthropic efforts for Paul Allen, and he'll just continue to amass what is probably just a stupid amount of money that he doesn't know what to do with. So why not sell it, I guess? Reinvest it.
Let's get some people together. Let's buy them.
$6.5 billion?
Yep,
that's on the low end, Kelly.
Let's get some investors together, Ryan, and let's do this. Let's do a group sale. Let's do this.
Because the Cowboys are currently the highest valued. I think they're the highest valued team in all of sports, right?
Well, they're America's team.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be.
How do you get to keep that moniker when you haven't even sniffed the NFC Championship game in 30 years?
I don't know.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I don't know.
NFL team. I should have had this pulled up before. NFL team valuations.
Do it.
Jeez. There's not an enter button over here. This is a smaller keyboard.
205, huh?
Hell yeah, dude.
Go.
It's nothing worse than people watching you write or type. 2025. We all know that the Cowboys are at the top. This is going to be one of those things where it's like, if you want to read this, you got to subscribe to Forbes.
That's what it's going to be. Here we go. Cowboys.
$13 billion. So that tells me that the Seahawks will definitely be under a $10 billion sale for sure. Because if Cowboys are just a little bit over $10 billion at $13 billion, Rams and then we drop down to the Rams at 10.5, Giants 10.1.
They're losing money.
Patriots at 9.
Also.
Niners at 8.6. Eagles at 8.3 billion. Chicago Bears surprisingly worth 8.2 billion. The Jets surprisingly, I don't know how that's happened, but 8.1 billion at number 8. The Las Vegas Raiders 7.7 billion.
Look at the revenue for the Raiders. 832 million.
That's all those people in that area just buying hats to rep the brand, man.
$832
This is the thing that I have long believed about Yankee fans. When you see a person in a Yankee hat, or let's say there's 1,000 people at a convention and 800 of them are wearing Yankee hats, I would say only maybe 25% of those actually root for the Yankees.
Less than 25%.
It's a brand.
It's a status.
It's a brand. It's like Nike. It's like anything else. And I think the Raiders, especially on the West Coast, especially for like California, that area, and I know that they're in Las Vegas, I think it's more of a brand thing.
Yep, I think you're right.
For sure. Commanders, who recently sold, who we just talked about, $7.6 billion.
Wow.
Miami at 7.5, Houston Texans at 7.4. The Broncos, who are owned by the Walmart Group, their valuation is currently at 6.8 billion. Seahawks currently valued at 6.7 billion. So I mean, they could easily go for $8 billion depending on where they're at. Packers right in the middle at 6.65. Tampa Bay 6.6. Steelers lower than I would have guessed at $6.5 billion. Cleveland Browns probably higher than I would have guessed at 6.4. Then you have Atlanta, Tennessee, Minnesota, Kansas City Chiefs. Their valuation is going to go up after they get this new land over in Kansas, I believe.
I'm telling you.
They just continue to rake in their free money.
I'm telling you, Missouri's going to step in before that deal is done.
They're
Missouri's
pretty
going to
pissed.
step in.
They're
They
pretty
are.
pissed about. You see the license plate thing that went up, or he's like,
Yes.
he's like, we're going to cancel all these license plates if they're going to be a bunch of babies about it and move to Kansas. There's no sense in us continuing to support them.
Missouri's going to step in.
Yeah,
They
$6.2 billion valuation for the Chiefs. Ravens at 6.1. Chargers, Bills, Colts, Panthers, Jags, Cardinals, Lions, Saints, and rounding out at number 32 at $5.25 billion, the Cincinnati Bengals, who spend no money ever except on 3 offensive players.
Well, take a look at their operating income.
$50 million?
Yeah. Now compare that to everybody in the list above them.
Yeah. And they could probably spend more. This goes back to like the Pirates, where they make plenty of money, but they never spend anything.
Yes.
So, Cowboys, what were they at? Operating income of $629 million versus $5 million for the Bengals.
Yeah. Their operating income is more than most teams' revenue.
And yet, Kelly, have the Bengals been to a Super Bowl recently?
Yes.
Have the Cowboys?
No.
Interesting.
Weird.
Yeah, that's too bad. How about the Rams? They've been pretty close. $244 million that they spend every year. So it's nuts. It's not about how much money you spend. It's about how you spend your money.
Just that amount of money is just fascinating.
I wonder what they're spending. Like,
holy crap!
Because obviously everybody has to spend the same amount of money on their rosters, because that's what the salary cap is for and all that other stuff. But what are you spending the other $400 million on for operating costs? Obviously stadiums and different employees and stuff like that.
Clearly.
I mean, I would guess Cincinnati's probably not having to do as many tours or things to that nature that you would do at AT&T Stadium for the Cowboys.
Jets.
I mean, the Cowboys are yet another one of those brands where it's like how many people are actually Cowboy fans or how many people are just repping the star to rep the star because it's a brand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel as much of a brand as the LA does for the Dodgers or the Yankees or, even the Raiders. It's just kind of a cultural thing, but who knows? I'd be curious to know. I don't know how you would ever know, but for sure. Continuing with football. So Brandon Sorsby, who was the college football quarterback for Cincinnati last year, is projected, if he entered the draft this year, he could have been anywhere between a first to a third round draft pick, has decided to stay in college football, Kelly. Why? Because he just signed a deal with Texas Tech for $6 million, fully guaranteed, and it is now he is now the highest paid NIL deal college football player in all of college football. $6 million.
It's extraordinary.
All guaranteed.
Extraordinary.
Absolutely insane. For those that don't know, Sorsby played all year last year. He had 2,800 yards, threw for 27 touchdowns, 5 picks, QB of 81.5. Cincinnati had an all right year. From what I was able to see, I didn't watch many Cincinnati games. They lost their first one to Nebraska. I think they rattled off about 7 in a row and then lost their last 4 to round out the year. So, we'll see how this turns out. I mean, Texas Tech, we just saw them college football playoff.
Yeah.
Recently played a really hard-fought game against Miami. That was like 3-6 or whatever it was for the longest time. You're just kind of waiting for the wheels to fall off, and eventually they did. But we'll see if this kind of maybe puts them over the top. Clearly they've got money to spend. Clearly they've got some backers to get these guys in there to make them a little bit better. So we'll see if he can live up to the hype. This also puts him in what will be a very crowded 2027 QB draft as well, because you have many other players like Dante Moore out of Oregon who have decided to just stay and play another year. So when he could have probably entered the draft and maybe pushed Mendoza out of that one spot potentially, maybe. Mm-hmm. So we'll kind of see. I mean, there's a ton. I mean, you not to mention the Arch Mannings of the world that will probably be drafted next year, and the list goes on.
Yes, it does.
So, interesting decision. What would you have done if you were in his shoes, I guess?
Well, it's a business anymore. Why not? Why not? You obviously feel good about the team coming back. You feel good about your program.
It's $6 million guaranteed.
Right. You feel good about the team coming back. You obviously have a well-established program. Why not? Go get your guy. Go get your proven guy. If you've got $6 million to spend on a quarterback, then go get him.
Yeah.
That's the business side of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what I think.
I wish I knew more about Texas Tech football and Sornsby and all that stuff to say like, hey, this is going to be something that's going to put them over the top from where they were last year. I mean, obviously, good program last year.
Well, he's going to see a vastly improved opponent schedule.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, than what he saw in Cincinnati. Because obviously when you saw big games that they played for Cincinnati, they didn't fare so well.
Yeah, I mean, they beat number 14 Iowa State at the time, close one, 38-30. And then they lost to Utah, number 24 at the time, 45-14. Lost to BYU, number 11 at the time, 26-14. Obviously, this isn't all on him. You know, takes 22 guys to win or lose a football game. But you're right. The crop of the talent isn't exactly tippy top of the league when you're playing BGSU.
Bowling Green.
Yeah.
That's Bowling Green State University, Ryan.
Yeah.
That's who that is.
There you go. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see.
But on the flip side of that, will his receiving core probably be more skilled?
He'll probably have a little
Most
bit of
likely.
bigger, better offensive line. He'll probably have
Correct.
Better skill players.
Correct.
Maybe a little better coaching.
The caliber of the coaching.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of things that you can upgrade.
Diet plan, probably better.
Plus an extra,
more trainers.
Plus an extra $6 million in your back pocket doesn't hurt either.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
he could afford now to
I
be a
asked the
7th
question.
round draft pick.
I asked the question knowing that it was a no-brainer, but I was just curious to see if there was
go get him.
Because
Go
he
get
gets
him.
drafted. Let's say he goes in the 3rd round. He's probably only going to make like $2 million a year. He's going to sit on a bench and whatever. Blah blah. This at least guarantees him to play. He's going to make a little bit more money, and maybe he can improve his draft stock and be a legitimate 1st overall pick.
Or if he ends up being a 7th round draft pick, he's not losing any money.
It's true.
It's going to be right there.
It's true.
Right in the old account waiting for him.
Yep. Yeah. Or riddle me this: he could just end up petitioning his way back to play yet again, like some of these guys that have got in for, I don't know, their 9th season.
Yeah, when they got to go in front of the judge, and the judge has to say, "Yeah, we're going to go ahead and award you that 6th, 7th, 8th year."
Yeah.
Perfect.
Who was there was a player that recently did that.
Chambliss.
He petitioned so many judges until one said yes.
Granted it. Yeah.
Yeah, he got denied by like 4 or 5 judges.
Coming on back to Ole Miss.
Yeah, and then found one that was like, sure, buddy, go ahead.
Dude should earn his doctorate before he leaves Ole Miss.
Yeah, I did save it. So denied by the NCAA, denied by the NCAA, denied by the NCAA. So that's 3 times. Ole Miss grad. So he found a judge that graduated from Ole Miss that overruled NCAA and granted Ole Miss quarterback a 6th season.
That's how you do it.
So
Ole Miss is crooked. You saw it in The Blind Side.
So if you want, if you want to teach your kids anything, complain, appeal, and sue until you get what you want.
At least 3 times,
Yes.
though.
And then find people that have a invested interest in why you're doing this.
Correct.
Who probably donate money to the school.
Right.
How is that not some form of illegal tampering?
Yep.
How does somebody not look at that and sue?
That's in some way, shape, or form that judge is related to somebody that owns Taco Bell's down in that area.
But I mean, as a judge, right? Like you've worked in the court system for a long time. I did for a little bit. But wouldn't that skew your opinion of his judgment if he can be that easily swayed in that situation where you can look at it and go, well, he's an Ole Miss grad.
Yeah.
He's an alum from Ole Miss. And he just happened to approve this after Ole Miss makes a run all the way to the semifinals?
Rebel blood runs deep, brother.
So what
Rebel
other
blood.
decisions is he making emotionally, financially, behind the bench that I would question?
None. Just this one. He lost his ass in a betting scandal.
No,
so
you
now he's
and I
trying
know.
to get it
You
back.
and I know. Just because you've got 2 DUIs on your record it just means you haven't been caught for the other 5.
Probably right.
So just because you've got one instance where you've made a judgment call or whatever you want to call it, a ruling in one area, doesn't mean that you haven't done this in 6 other areas throughout your entire judgeship.
Yeah, they're just never on the national platform like this. Yeah.
It's questionable. It's a character thing, for sure.
Don't get me going on character talk. Don't.
I'm just saying.
I can't turn that motor off when it gets running.
Yeah, denied 4 times until a judge who graduated with his law degree from Ole Miss to rule in favor of his injunction. This person says, I hate what college football has become. So Trinidad Chambliss has been granted a 6th season of eligibility by the state court judge in Mississippi. Chambliss received an injunction today, which paves the way for him to play in 2026 after the NCAA ruled that he was ineligible.
Now, what if he wanted to go to Tennessee with that 6th year? Would the judge still approve that?
That's
You know what I mean?
That's an alternate universe that I would love to see.
You know what I mean?
But according to this, you can just appeal until you find a judge that got their law degree from Tennessee, and then they'll just approve it and move on.
That's yep.
So, and again, this proves that the NCAA is not a governing body of anything. They are just 4 letters that make up an abbreviation that has no power behind it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about this before, where it's been, all right, this player has an injunction, they do something that's against the rules, but it's the Big Ten that implements the penalty. It's the SEC that implements the penalty. It's whatever the conference is that implements the penalty. It's not the NCAA. The NCAA is just basically, it's the vault that holds all the money for doing what, Kelly? Designing a terrible, shitty-looking trophy to hand out at the end of the year and getting these playoff teams wrong every single year so that we can have a conversation about it?
What does the acronym NCAA stand for? Say it out loud. National Collegiate Athletic Association, correct?
Yeah.
No. No colleges are accountable. That's what NCAA means. No colleges are accountable.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. So, and I mean, they can't, and then they're constantly scared to go up. Joe Klatt had a video that he put out where he was talking about, they've already released what the upcoming schedule is going to be for the college football playoff. And they've got these painfully idiotic ideas, but not ideas, but what is cemented right now, where the first round is on December 19th, and then you don't play the quarterfinal round until December 31st. Until December 30th. You do not play on the 31st because the NFL plays on the 31st. Then you finish out your quarterfinal games on January 1st. You then have 2 more weeks off. Then you play the semifinals on the 14th and 15th of January. And then you wait 2 more weeks to play the championship game on January 25th.
Yep.
We looked it up. They're not that. I mean, they're behind the NFL as far as revenue goes and how much money they're generating. But you are a powerhouse within yourself that you don't need to get pushed around.
Yeah.
Just put your stuff out there, man. Lay it all on the table.
Yeah.
You're big enough. Go for it. But there's no reason that we need to stretch this out longer than it needs to be. I'm with a lot of these. I'm with a lot of these guys that say the playoffs should start December 1st, and you should have your championship game on December 31st.
Coaches asked for that.
And then
several coaches spoke up and asked for that.
Yeah, and then guess what? You can start your NIL. You can do your portal. You can do all that come January.
Yeah, because it's going to jack up the portal.
It's perfect. And then
they're going to have another opening and a closure.
Yep.
And another dead period.
Then you start all your coaching movements at the beginning of the year. It's a new fiscal year, all that stuff. Like you can start it all January 1, whatever. Mm-hmm. Go from there. And then you don't have to worry about so-and-so not coaching for this team because he decided to take a bigger deal over here and these players moving around. Or
You right. You right, Ryan.
You know? So, preach.
You not wrong.
So, I don't know. I think you can find a way to do it. In the NFL, honestly, I think it did not work in their favor with some of the stuff they did, obviously, because sometimes records just don't work out where you've got all the teams that played on Christmas this year. Not a single one of them mattered. Not a one. There wasn't a game that you're like, I need to watch this because this has playoff implications. Nope, no. They had all been eliminated beforehand, and so we were just kind of waiting around to see what was going to happen for the rest of Christmas Day.
Yep.
And good on them because I think they're getting a little too greedy. And it's exactly what I explained last week when I went on my little 45-minute rant after the Super Bowl where I was kind of talking about how they were basically kind of pandering towards a different audience with their halftime show to generate more of this international feel that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get more eyes on the product that aren't American eyes, which is why they're like, hey, how about we have an entire Super Bowl halftime show that's all in Spanish? That's not for us. That's not for Americans when 90 to 80% of the people speak English and nobody knows what the hell's being said. So it's like, I get it. I get that you want to grow your brand, but how far are you going to go until you, and we've talked about this before, how far are you going to go until you ruin the product?
I suspect they won't do that again in the near future, though.
I don't know. They got 130 million views on it.
They might have. But
I think it ended right around 128 million, which is well above what we had guessed.
Yeah, but how many of those people had gotten up to go refill the wings and the sauce?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people viewed it, I don't think.
It was interesting to see because you had kind of like all of this chatter that was online about how much people liked it. And then you saw videos of people in the stands, and they were so confused by what was going on.
Yes.
Because they couldn't see anything. They couldn't understand anything. It was a little bit discombobulating for them in one way or the other. I mean, I'm not discrediting. I don't give a shit either way. I told you guys that last week.
Some great choreography, though.
I mean, it was kind of neat, right? There were some cool things that they did as far as visual stuff goes, where they're telling a story about Puerto Rican culture and all of that stuff that happens there. And you're like, all right, cool. I don't understand any of it because I don't have any, pathways towards this.
Yeah.
It's cool to see something that's a little culturally different, but it doesn't speak to me as a South Dakotan.
We asked Anthony this morning, what was he really saying? He's like, I have no idea. I don't speak that kind of Spanish, he said.
Yeah, I should send it to you, but it's something gringo, but he's a guy on Instagram who actually, he sings the song in English, and it's hilarious. And it's come across my feed a few times, and every time it comes up, I have to watch it, because it's just like, it's even worse than you think, because it's not like these creative lyrics. It's like my auntie always asks me why I got so many girlfriends. Today I got one, tomorrow I got another one. And that's basically what he's singing over and over again.
Sure.
And it's like, okay, sure. So it's the same musical slop. It's just not in English.
Right.
Basically.
Which makes it better, right?
Actually, yeah, it probably does. Because I think it was similar with the song Despacito, where everybody was like, oh yeah, this has got it's got a funky little beat to it. Everybody likes it. And then you look up the lyrics and you're like, this is awful. This is terrible. What the fuck? I'm so glad that I don't speak this language, because I couldn't have my kids listen to it.
Well, a Hispanic gentleman doesn't speak that language because he said, I can't understand that Spanish.
I've heard that too. Like, it's just a different, it's probably what I would consider to be when we hear somebody talk like Creole down in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Where it's English.
Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana, where it's English, but you're like, I don't understand a word you just said. You got peanut butter on the roof of your mouth?
There it is. That's a movie. Oh, what's next, man? What are we doing here?
But I don't know. I don't like where it's going, and you can call me whatever you want, but I'm kind of reading the tea leaves, and their interest isn't growing the sport here anymore. They want to grow it out.
Yeah. Well, all the international games. Yeah. They've been doing this for years.
Well, he's even come out and said that, he being Roger Goodell, where he's like, oh, every team's going to have to play an international game.
Yep.
I think they had 7 or 8 that were this year. I think he wants to expand it to 9 or 10. I mentioned it last week. I think the Vikings spent 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, they stayed there.
What is that?
Yep.
How is that fair?
Yeah, and I complained because somebody's losing a home game. So
Yes.
the people here who are buying
Yes.
season tickets are losing a home game.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I took a screenshot of this one too, but I mean, they released the Niners travel schedule. So the Niners next season will travel 38,100 miles for their season, Kelly.
Wow.
38,000 miles. Do you know how many miles it is to travel around the world, the Earth's circumference?
I do not.
24,900 miles.
Oh. They're going to circle the Earth.
Almost, well, not almost twice, but like almost 1.5 times.
You want to live on the coast and you want to fly to the other the opposite end to play somebody, Ryan. That's where it's at.
But I'm sure that includes some form of international game as well, where they have to go over that way.
Likely, yes.
So,
Probably.
it's probably all that stuff where they're like, hey, how about you guys fly to Germany and play here and do
3
that?
times.
Yeah, exactly. And once you stay the night there and get cozy and do all that stuff. So I don't know.
But don't wear certain colors because that'll make you a target and you...
Well, yeah, what is that shit? Because that was
that Brazil?
That was 2 years ago, Brazil, when you had the Eagles and the Packers play, and they're like, don't wear green because there's a gang in Brazil that if you wear green, they will kill you.
Yep.
Okay, so what 2 effing teams do you bring to Brazil to play?
The green ones.
One that is literally called the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles, who both have primary colors of green.
They sure do.
Brilliant.
They
That's
sure
awesome.
do.
And then you put them on a piece of shit field so everybody can get hurt. All in the name of what? You can't tell me that there's not players behind the scenes that aren't pissed about this as well.
They are. They come out. They talk. Several players have talked about the conditions of the fields they played on down in Mexico, Brazil, all over.
Yes.
They talk about it, and they're like, this is awful. Like, we can't play on this.
And yes, it got better, and they talked about it because there was a Brazil game. I think it was the Chiefs and the Chargers to begin the year, right? They played down in Brazil this year to start the 25 season.
I don't know. The Chiefs played on one.
I believe it was, and they were talking about how improved the field was. But I'm like, why does Jordan Love almost have to tear his ACL for you guys to get it right the second time?
Yeah.
Why do you have to have these sacrificial lambs for a certain team? And yes, I'm a little bit more pissed off because it was my team that year. But why do you have to get it wrong before you get it right?
Yep.
And just use your head. Just
Yep.
use your brain. Know that this isn't right. Know that they even said it before the game. They're like, these games, this field, the grass, the turf, whatever you want to call it, is specifically designed for soccer players who are, I don't know if you know this, pretty much like half the size of an NFL player. That is correct. If not more than half generally the size. And they're, yes, they're very athletic and they're running around, but they're not 240-pound men making quick cuts and doing what they're doing to snap ankles and do all this other stuff. It's ridiculous. I feel like they're going to bite off more than they can chew, and they don't care because it's the players that are going to pay for it. Correct. It's the same reason why I was not an advocate. I didn't want a 17th game. I thought it was perfect. 16 games. Play it like it normally is. Yep. And now we're talking about 18 games, which is probably going to happen. I think it's BS. Honestly, I don't think it's good for the players. I don't think it's good for the product. How many times does somebody have to tear an ACL or have their Achilles get torn out of their foot for us to realize that these guys are playing too much and too often? You're right. Because it just ruins the sport. It does. It drives me nuts when I don't get to see the best players play because they're hurt because they're playing too often. Because they're tired. Because they just played Sunday night and they just play. Yeah, exactly. And then now they have to play Thursday and their bodies haven't had time to recover from this super violent sport. Because it hasn't even been a week yet. And now you wonder why your star wide receiver is out for the rest of the year because he blew out his ACL. Not to mention jet lag and all the other shit that goes along with it. Yep. We've already got Dave Portnoy complaining about the fact that the Seahawks got to play in their own time zone for the Super Bowl and the Patriots had to fly all the way across the country. Dude, you had 2 weeks in between games. All right? How many more excuses do you need to reason with the fact that you got your ass completely blown out in that game? Time zone didn't have a damn thing to do with it. Just like it didn't have anything to do with the Chiefs getting their ass blown out last year because they were tired of having to go to Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl.
They're tired.
Shut up.
They're tired. Hell, I was tired.
Then you got Nick Wright's dumbass out there talking about, see what happens when the Chiefs aren't in the AFC. You get a really boring AFC playoff experience, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Nobody cares. I enjoyed my time.
So did I.
What are we talking about?
I'm going to coach some grades. I'm going to grade some coaches.
All right.
I'm going to do something.
Okay, so we had a number of different coaching changes that happened this year in the NFL. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to be exact. Kelly, we're going to get on the list here. I'm going to read them off, and you tell me whether it's an A, B, C, D, or an F, or maybe it's just ungradable. I don't know. Maybe it's a automatic. You're just automatic failure. Okay. We want a little music with this.
Yep.
I feel like that.
Yep.
Here, we'll go with one of your favorites here.
The Shiva.
Yeah, we'll make sure we loop it so we don't have any weird interruptions.
Loop.
All right, so number one and probably the most recent one, we're gonna visit, one of your favorite teams to talk about.
Yep.
The Las Vegas Raiders, who hire Seattle Seahawks former offensive coordinator and newest Super Bowl champion, Clint Kubiak.
Got to give him an A.
It's an A.
Yep.
All right.
Got to give him an A.
Reasons?
Child of the game. Obviously,
yes.
with a father who played and coordinated and coached and did all that. Did wonderful things with Sam Darnold. Did wonderful things with the Seahawks offense.
Yeah.
Right? In a relatively short amount of time. I think he's got a decent resume. I think he knows how to be a professional. A.
Yeah, plus you get to, it sounds like they're going to end up drafting our boy Fernando Mendoza. So now you get to pair the brand new rookie quarterback with a brand new offensive mind, much like you've seen around the league. A la the Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams matchup, others that I can't really name off the top of my head right now, but they're trying to catch some of that mojo. I think.
And a quarterback that you maybe don't have to dummy down a system, you just have to simplify it a little bit until he gets acclimated.
Yeah, I like me.
That's an A hire.
I like me some Fernando.
Yeah.
I can't wait for those post game pressers. It's gonna be great. How he refers to them as the Las Vegas Raiders every single time.
Yep. And then you hear the team yelling from the locker room, "Shut your ass!"
That's why the Indiana Hoosiers are the best team in football. And Max Crosby's trying to figure out a way to just get out of the building.
He's been trying to get traded for a decade.
But he looks too much like a Raider, so he can't leave.
Yes.
All right, next one will be New York Giants. New head football coach, and former Ravens head football coach John Harbaugh.
Okay, so I can't go higher than I don't feel like I can go higher than a C on this one.
Ooh.
I don't. I think Harbaugh got the track record right. Obviously a good coach. Players like him. Stayed around an organization a very long time. However, has had very, very, very good football teams that have never really panned out to accomplish much of what they wanted to do.
Okay.
Now he's taking over an organization that has way less skill. I don't know where they're at for cap space. I don't know where they're at in terms of like turnover or anything like that. You know, what's their draft capital? I don't know. But, I mean, we were sitting here kind of pounding our fists on the table about John Harbaugh should be fired. John Harbaugh should be fired. I mean, at what point do you got to pull the trigger? They pulled the trigger, and I don't know that that's a good hire. I can't go higher than a C for that.
I'd give it a B+ if I'm going to give my own grade on it, just because I think he's a culture change. I think it brings a lot of energy to the building. You can see the fan base. Everybody's super excited to have him there. I do think that they have enough draft capital because they'll be drafting in the top end of this draft as well if they want to take another skill position player to kind of round out that offense or whatever they need to do, they can. Or they can trade back and get a little bit more value out of that draft pick as well. They've got a good young quarterback, good young wide receiver in Neighbors. So you have Dart, you've got Neighbors, and you've got Cam Scadaboo, all going to be coming back next year.
Yeah.
A little bit more flavor going on there. I think for the first year, I think this is probably from a hope standpoint and something that they can get excited about. I think this is going to be something that could potentially turn into an A+ hire if they get the pieces right. Because I think he's a good coach. I think it's much like Andy Reid with his first stint in Philadelphia, where you're like, I like Andy, but like maybe this just isn't the place for him, and this could be that. We've always talked about that, whether it's Tomlin or Harbaugh, where it's like maybe you just need a new place to go.
Yep.
So new conference, all of that, fresh slate. I think people are excited to have him there. I think he's excited to be there. I think that goes a long way.
Yep.
Atlanta Falcons, former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski takes over the head coaching role of the Atlanta Falcons.
A.
Former
coach of the year in a really bad organization, tried to muddle his way through the best he could. Atlanta, struggling, got their own struggles within, but coaching-wise, he's an A+ hire.
This feels like a hire that should have happened when they had Matt Ryan as their quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That type of Atlanta offense with him at the helm.
Yes.
You know, obviously that was 5 years, whatever it was.
And they can maybe get that back.
Maybe. Yeah. Just
Obviously not Matt Ryan, but they can maybe get that style and that scheme back.
I think they've definitely got the running back to do it.
Yep.
Quarterback is a question.
They can fix that.
Do you think Michael Penix is the guy?
No.
Okay.
No, not with Stefanski, he's not. No. They'll go get their guy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think he was probably one of the top coaching hires that anybody was after. I think one of the biggest prospects, number one on their list. And I think it's a huge hire by the Falcons. Matt Ryan, fun fact, is I think president of football operations for the Falcons now. So he's got some say in there, which is interesting. Baltimore Ravens hired Jesse Minter, the former defensive coordinator for the Chargers. This was a head scratcher for me.
He's got some upside. He's said to be a very smart dude. He had some good defenses, high-ranking defenses. Obviously, players kind of rally around him, that type of thing. But, man, taking over the Ravens, coming as a DC out of the Chargers, best I'm going to give that one's a B.
B.
Best I'm going to do.
Man, I think it's C. I think it's so middle of the road. I don't think it moves the boat one way or the other.
I don't feel like he's the guy they wanted. I don't.
Yeah,
they'll never announce it and they'll never own that. But I don't feel like he is the guy they wanted.
I don't know, man. Like I feel like they should have got offensively. I think with the few remaining years you have left of Lamar at his powers, the height of his powers, what he's doing, I think you needed to energize that a little bit more. What do? You just go back to the hope that he can make the right hired offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on who you talk to. I mean, Todd Monken, for whatever reason, some people really like him, some people don't. I was never a Monken fan. I thought he had some pretty bad play calling decisions here and there. Other people will say, man, I can't believe he kept the ship together and did what he did for the year. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. I didn't see the value in it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the value in this either. Who do you think they either should have, or who were they going after?
I think that they wanted a guy. I think they wanted your former Cowboy coach, Packer Cowboy coach.
McCarthy?
That's who I think they wanted.
Really?
I think they wanted a guy like that.
Well, he's with the Steelers now. Where do you rank that?
I'll give that an A.
You give that an A?
I'll give that an A.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain.
Because everything that you said about him, he can build a team. He can build a culture. He can do that. And they're going to have to start over with a number of pieces in Pittsburgh. Yeah. They're going to have to do that. And they kind of got to right the ship in terms of kind of get the culture back and get the attitudes right. And you said from your dealings with McCarthy as a Packer fan and what he was able to do down in Dallas, which wasn't necessarily win big games or do anything like that. But if he can get the culture right, that's a good start for Pittsburgh. That's an A.
Yeah. He's a good coach. Like for all of his scars and everything, and bumps and bruises or whatever you want to call it, like he's a good football coach. Everywhere he goes, he tends to win 12-plus games a year and just kind of gets it done, right? I don't think he's one of those that's going to get you over the hump, but maybe he can get the culture right again to where they're competing and they can win a damn playoff game for the first time in 12 years or whatever it's been. Somehow, some way, it's going to coerce Aaron Rodgers to come back, which is a head scratcher for me because I was under the impression that they didn't like each other.
Right.
But time heals a lot of things, and maybe there's been conversations because, from my knowledge, he didn't like Brett Favre for a long time, and now they're like best friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So interesting, and as we've talked about it before on the show, some people disagree. Aaron Rodgers wasn't the problem. He actually improved your offense and got you some wins last year that you wouldn't have gotten had he not been there. Mm-hmm. So now you have an offensive-minded head coach, somebody that's familiar with McCarthy's system and how he runs things and can maybe be a co-captain to what you want to do. So, he's a Pittsburgh guy. He is Pittsburgh. He's grown up there. I think this is a dream job for him.
Yeah, he's going to fill a gap for a number of years.
It was a surprising hire because I just from the fact that I thought they were going to go in a different, younger direction, and I never really took him as a serious candidate for the Steelers.
Yep. I thought it was Brian Flores.
What a freaking run for that guy, though. You want to talk about historic franchises to be the head coach of? How many people have coached the Packers? Head coaches.
Correct.
And I get it's a short list because I guarantee you it's only one. The Packers, the Cowboys, and the Steelers.
Yeah.
Those are the three pillars of the NFL.
He might as well take over the Chiefs when Reed gives it up.
I mean, holy cow.
Might as well.
I mean, that's pretty incredible, actually.
Yeah.
So
good hire.
I think it speaks volumes. He's a good coach. So then we have the Buffalo Bills. Joe Brady, former offensive coordinator, gets promoted to head coach. This was clearly a Josh Allen thing, right?
But it has to be.
There's no way it wouldn't have been.
It has to be. And Sean McDermott was the fall guy. And Joe Brady, how long did it take them to actually hire Joe Brady? Like, it wasn't immediate.
No, but you have to believe some of that was just for optics.
Bring people in, get them a look. Yeah,
they have to.
Correct.
The Rooney Rule. You have to interview people. All of that other stuff.
Yep.
You can't just fire somebody and just promote somebody immediately. That's why it's called an interim.
Can Joe Brady coach the way that Joe Brady coaches without Josh Allen? Don't know. Do not know. But he can say that about every coordinator, right? You can say that about everybody working with somebody right now. You can say that. Joe Brady knows Buffalo. The players know him. Right? Yeah. Everybody apparently loves him. So here you go. Careful what you wish for. You wanted McDermott out. You got McDermott out, but you're still keeping Brady around, who had a lot of decision making with Buffalo. And it was never really an offensive thing with Buffalo. It always seemed to be a defensive whoops or whoa or bad play call or whatever. But McDermott caught all that slack. I don't know. Can Brady navigate better than McDermott? I think we're going to find out. I'll give it an A grade because he's promoting from within, and they're keeping that there, and they appear to have a relatively winning culture.
I mean, isn't it just more of the same though? Like, what are you actually changing?
I know. I'm with you. But you promoted from within. Here's your guy.
It's not going to be a culture change. Now you've changed the fall guy, and maybe he can get the defensive coordinator hire correct.
Maybe.
So because when your biggest blunder is the defense and your head coach, like. I hear people talk about this all the time. If you're a defensive guy, just make sure your side of the ball is right.
Right.
Because then you can blame all the other side of the ball on whoever you hired. Because you're like, I just hired him to do the job. I don't know anything about it.
That's right. Coach Boone.
Yeah.
Coach Boone's going to step in.
They don't gain another yard. We are going to blitz all night.
I'll give it an A.
Give it an A. All right. Now we get into kind of some of the more interesting ones. Miami Dolphins hire a defensive guy in Jeff Hafley, who spent 2 years in Green Bay. This is one of those guys that, from what I have noticed, for me, him leaving the defensive coordinator position I was kind of numb about it. My dad, my brother, not obviously, but we're very much more emotionally attached to them because he liked the way the defense played. I wasn't all overly impressed with how the defense played this last year, but I do think he's one of those guys that interviews well and is he's good with the verbiage and he's good with the being able to talk as a CEO.
Sure.
And I think that's what attracted them to him. Now, for your grade, how you feel about it, I don't know. It's a defensive guy down in Miami. They're obviously going to go through a lot of changes. I think Tua's gone. Obviously, Tyreek Hill's already gone. What say you?
Is he a player's coach?
He's been a head coach before, but at Boston College.
Right, but is he a player's coach? That's my question to you before I assign a grade, because they need to get away from a player's coach. They need to get away from the whole Mike McDaniel thing. Or Mike Daniels or whatever the hell his name was.
A ton of guys in Green Bay liked him, I would assume, because the only reason I assume he's a player's coach, I don't know a ton about the way that he coaches in the locker room. If LaFleur hired him, he's a player's guy.
Okay. Well, then I'll go with in all fairness to him, because you're kind of taking over a dumpster fire down in Miami a little bit, I'll give him a B. I'll put him right there in the old B range.
The old B.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. First gig, NFL coaching, you're kind of not maybe the best situation going to Miami. I'll give you a B. Earn it. Earn your A.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what they can do with the reshaping of that offense. They need to get that right. They haven't had that right in years. Seems like it doesn't seem. Obviously they were in the playoffs for 2 years with McDaniel, but I mean, we saw what happened when they had to go play in Kansas City. That was a non-game, and then I couldn't even tell you what their other playoff game was, but slight success. Better than the Jets, who haven't been in the playoffs since 2010. So,
Sure.
I mean, depending on how you look at it, that's a solid win, I guess. But yeah. All right. Arizona Cardinals go out and hire Matt LaFleur's younger brother, Mike LaFleur.
I don't know that you can really go wrong hiring a coach in Arizona.
He's bounced around as an offensive coordinator for a bunch of different guys. He was
I know.
in Atlanta. He was the OC for the Rams and a bunch of different things. So,
if you really need to get your start in the head coaching gig, take over Arizona, because regardless of how it ends up, you can't be scrutinized as much as you would with some of these other teams. You're taking over the Arizona Cardinals, who, you know what, have the ability to play well, have some players, but some guys on the move. Can we just go with a B for Mike LaFleur?
I mean, he's probably not going to have Kyler Murray. They're probably going to get rid of him.
Correct.
So they might be able to bring in.
Expectations aren't real high for the Cardinals.
No, I think here's what I believe the Cardinals are going to do. They're going to take a sabbatical for 26. Okay, they'll make their draft picks. They'll improve a little bit, but they'll wait to get their guy in 27. This is the guy they're going to pair up with the offensive mind that is Mike LaFleur, coming from the McVay tree, all of that stuff, and they'll be able to pair it with the guy that they want, right? So I think we won't really know the fruits of this until next year, 27, after the draft. And maybe not even until 28 once that draft pick has had opportunities to start and be in the system and kind of acclimate to the environment.
Yep.
So I think we're kind of both saying the same thing, like where the expectations aren't going to be like you need to make the playoffs right away. I think they're going to let this kind of marinate a little bit, and if there's not success by year 3, 4, then I think he's gone. So I think this is probably one of the, if you were going to get hired, I think you're right. I think this is probably one of the best ones that you have a legitimate chance of maybe sticking around for a while.
Yep, there's a window.
Because they know what they are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they know what they are. They know that they're like, I mean, you can go from worst to first, but you're not the same machine that the Patriots are.
No.
And you're not in the same conference either. The AFC is a much different animal than the NFC right now. You're not going to be able to do those things. And plus, I hit on this last week. You have to have a lot of really lucky things fall in your path. The Patriots will be a better team next year, but they will not make the Super Bowl because the AFC will be much better. And they will not get this easy little cupcake path back that they had this year.
No, and you're also in a division with some really smart freaking coaches.
Oh, yeah, and you're in the toughest division.
You got Shanahan, you got McVay, you got the other...
Yeah, and you're in the not to mention you're in the toughest division in football. So that's a great point by you.
Correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. And then finally, kind of the more interesting one to me, because I didn't think he was going to get a second chance this soon, but Robert Saleh getting hired by the Tennessee Titans.
See.
Is interesting.
See. I just... Why, Robert Saleh, do you continue to put yourself in a position to take over teams that are completely hopeless? You tried it with the Jets. You got a little bit of a time. It didn't work out. You went back. You kind of reestablished your credibility a little bit, being the DC, back for San Francisco again, kind of got them back, playing really good football on the defensive side. And now the Tennessee Titans, who, again, bottom of the division, bottom of the conference, and you're trying this again. It's same shit, different city.
Yeah.
Stay as a DC unless something more appealing comes open than the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find out, are you really head coach caliber? Are you really that guy? You're not going to find out going to teams like the Jets and the Titans. That's not it.
Well, and he didn't handle his situation very well when he was with the Jets.
No, drop yourself in Baltimore, where you've got some well-established stuff ready to go.
I think he should
more
have done,
game ready.
He should have done what Flores did and just kind of hung out for a little bit.
I agree. Don't keep dropping yourself in mud.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you eventually end up like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. That's probably not a good example. I was going to say Matt Nagy, who's now the OC in the Giants, but I don't. Maybe he can work his way back up to it. I mean, was already in talks for head coaching positions this cycle. So I mean, if he does a good job with the Giants, maybe he'll take over for Andy Reid once he retires. That'll be great for you.
No, no.
Did I hear it?
Don't say it. You did, and don't say it. I'm not. I'm not talking about it.
He's back, isn't he?
I'm not talking about it.
He's back, right?
He's back.
He slunked his way in.
Good Lord.
This is what I hate about
the NFL.
Dude,
went from whatever to a potential college coach to a potential something with Washington.
It's because he can't
running back coach for the Chicago Bears. I thought he was gone.
Well, it came down to two things. He either couldn't interview or the entire system is racist.
Both. Both. And Kansas City does not welcome you back, and I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Oh, man. This is what I hate about the NFL.
This is a careful what you wish for a moment, because I wasn't a big Matt Nagy guy. I was not. And it's like, you know what? Get him out.
You liked him more than Bieniemy.
Don't renew his contract. Yeah. And it's like, oh, here's your available candidate. Oh, shit. Get Nagy back. Give me Kafka. Give me Nagy. Give me somebody. Not that guy. Quit laughing. I didn't even want to talk about it. You guys left me alone, which was so nice. You left me alone on it.
I didn't even realize that he was still in circles, man.
No, he was a running backs coach.
Yeah, he was just kind of hanging out.
Super Bowl offensive coordinator to the running backs coach. And, let's get him back. Reading his loyalties piss me off.
This is the shit that I hate about every other OC position, DC position, whatever you want to call it in the NFL, where it's just this revolving door of people that just keep coming back. It's the Josh McDaniels thing that I get pissed off about. I'm like, how many more opportunities is this guy going to have to be an offensive coordinator for the Patriots? How many times has he left? Because I know he's left at least twice. And then he just comes back.
He does. And goes to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which you won't see with Bieniemy. But great hire, Andy. Way to go.
I wonder what their conversations are like. Because if he's a terrible interview, I wonder, him and Andy Reid, did they just sit down and eat cheeseburgers and talk about...
It's this simple. He's got naked pictures of Andy. Period. That's it. That's how he gets a job back. He's got naked pictures of Andy Reid. That's it. Man.
That's awesome. All right. Well, there's Kelly's grades. Clearly, Bieniemy gets the lowest grade.
Not even on the damn list, and he shouldn't have been talked about. I don't even know why you got to bring him up.
Too good, man.
And you know what? Kansas City knew the reaction that they were going to overwhelmingly get because they didn't want to talk about it either. There wasn't a big presser. There wasn't this big release thing about Eric Bieniemy back in Kansas City. No, the Chiefs Twitter, Chiefs everything. They just kind of left it alone. They kind of laid low and was like, "Hey, this is better if we just come out to fall camp and everybody sees him for the first time, not really knowing what happened."
I can't find it. There was this guy. There's a scene in Ralph Breaks the Internet where they're yelling for somebody. He's like, Gord, that's his name. Gord! And he just appears and he just shows up out of nowhere.
That's it.
That's what I imagine Bieniemy coming back.
That's what they were hoping for Bieniemy. Because what you're going to hear is in the first week that they're back in fall camp, there's going to be a fist fight between the offensive coordinator and about 3 offensive players, and they're going to have it out. Reed's going to jump in the middle, blow his other knee out, and then we're going to have bigger problems. I can see how this goes.
I love it. I love that for you. It's great.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you're saving $55 million on Patrick's salary. So
That's
good.
awesome. That's awesome. So our quarterback can hate our offensive coordinator again. Perfect.
They're probably like, we'll give you this $55 million in a signing bonus if we can bring back the enemy.
Oh, God. So bad.
All right, what do you want to do next?
What?
You got your...
We're going to the Quizzard.
The quiz?
Quizzard of Oz, baby. NFL coaches.
Ooh, all right.
I spiced this one up
That's
for
on
you,
brand.
too.
That's on brand.
NFL coaches, here we go. Quizzard of Oz, volume something. What coach has the most total career wins, meaning regular season plus playoffs, in NFL history? Is it Bill Belichick? Is it Don Shula? Is it George Halas or Tom Landry?
You did this to me last time.
You bet I did. I put it in here on purpose.
Yeah, because then I guessed it's Shula.
You are correct.
Yeah, because I guessed Hallis, didn't I? I think I guessed George Hallis last time. Yep.
Which coach led the only undefeated team in the Super Bowl era with a 17-0 season?
Okay. Is that the same answer?
Yeah. On purpose. Trying to stump you.
Yeah, nice try.
Roger. Which coach won Super Bowls with 2 different franchises? Bill Parcells, Mike Shanahan, Tom Coughlin, Bill Belichick.
It was Coughlin.
Negative.
Well, then I guess it must have been Shanahan then.
It was Bill Belichick.
Oh, the Giants.
Bing.
Yeah, the Giants. Shoot.
Bingo.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Coughlin because he was with whoever prior.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no.
Carolina?
No, there was one before that, but I thought he was with, I thought he was an OC or a DC for somebody that was actually decent.
I know. Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that was an obvious one.
There you go.
That sucks.
And you got it wrong. Yeah. Which coach won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different starting quarterbacks? Joe Gibbs, Chuck Noll, Jimmy Johnson, Andy Reid.
Well, we know it's not Reid and we know it's not Johnson.
You were correct.
I believe it was Joe Gibbs because
Ding,
they
ding.
had that weird year where they had the backup come in and win, and then they were it was weird.
Yep. Good job.
Yeah.
Joe Gibbs it is.
I want to say one of those was one of the very first Native American guys to win a Super Bowl.
Native American or African American?
Native American.
Native American.
I believe.
All right. Who are you talking about?
One of them.
Roger. Are you talking about Theismann?
No. There was a backup quarterback that came in after somebody got hurt with one of those Joe Gibbs teams, and I thought it was somebody that was of Native American descent that was the quarterback.
Oh, look that up because I don't know. Doug Williams. That's fun. We're looking this up, by the way. The uncomfortable silence.
Never mind. It was the Raiders, not the Jim Plunkett. He was a Mexican American and of Native American heritage. Was the first minority quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
There you go.
Led the Raiders to a victory in Super Bowl. What would that be? 15. Was the winning MVP and became a 2-time champion after they won Super Bowl 18, something like that. So there you go. I was just wrong with the team, but yeah. So Jim Plunkett.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right. Which coach was traded for draft picks from one team to another? John Gruden, Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, Mike Holmgren. Fun fact, there's 2 of them
Oh.
in this list.
Okay. Well, I know for a fact that one of them is John Gruden.
You are
it was
correct.
A weird thing. He was with the Raiders. There was a bunch of different crap that went on. He got traded down to Tampa Bay, and then they actually ended up meeting Tampa in the Super Bowl, or not Tampa, but the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
It was a whole thing. Kind of crazy. Who were the other ones?
Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, Mike Holmgren.
The Sean Payton thing was interesting because he was never formally fired from the Saints or something like that.
And so traded.
So to join the Broncos, he got traded.
There you go. Good work.
Yeah.
Who was the head coach of the greatest show on turf?
Oh my gosh, I can see his face. You got names for me?
I got John Fox.
Marty? No.
I got Tony Dungy. I got Mike Martz. I got Dick Vermeil.
Oh, shoot. I can see his face. Who'd you say, Dungy? Sorry, you said Dungy, which is not it.
John Fox.
That's not it.
Mike Martz.
Or Dick Vermeil. Dick
Dick
Vermeil
Vermeil.
was he was a coach for the Eagles. I think it was Mike Martz. Was it Dick Vermeil? Did he eventually go there?
Dick
okay,
Vermeil.
he did. So he was with the Eagles for a bit, and then that was his next stop. Wasn't it?
Greatest show on turf was
Yeah.
Dick Vermeil.
Yeah.
Kurt
Why-
Warner.
Yeah. For some reason, I had Marty Schottenheimer, or not Marty Schottenheimer, but Marty. Maybe it was Schottenheimer. Maybe they look similar. Yeah. Dick Vermeil.
Dick Vermeil.
That's unfortunate.
All right.
Talked
Which-
myself out of it because I was just thinking about the Eagles.
You did. And Mike Martz was actually with the Rams as well.
Yeah.
Which coach won Coach of the Year honors with 2 different teams? Bruce Arians, Bill Parcells, Andy Reid, Ron Rivera.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, okay, so Arians, Reed. Who was the third one?
Parcells and Rivera.
Riverboat Ron. I think it's Arians. That's Reed.
Bill Parcells.
Was it really?
Yep.
I thought Arians because he had very successful teams in Arizona and in Tampa. But
Bill Parcells. Who was the first African-American head coach to win a Super Bowl?
Tony Dungy.
Yep, not even going to read them off. Okay, which coach has appeared in the most Super Bowls as a head coach? Belichick, Bud Grant, Don Shula, Joe Gibbs.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, you want to say, is this a trick question? Because you want to say that with Belichick being there 6 times, you would think nobody else has been there more. Gibbs had a lot of success, but they didn't. Because he's got 3 rings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he lose any more? You would have had to have lost 4 more.
You already talked yourself into it. Bill Belichick.
Okay, I was like,
Good work.
Yeah.
And number 10, which coach started his NFL head coaching career 0-26 before later winning a Super Bowl as an assistant? Rich, holy cow, let me. We're digging deep into this one. I need light.
He's not kidding.
Rich Kotite, John McKay, Hugh Jackson, Dave Wanstatt.
The only name I know is Dave Wanstatt, so that's who I'm going to say.
No, it's John McKay. John McKay. Not a clue.
Yeah, definitely wasn't Hugh Jackson, that's for sure. Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Huge Jackman.
Greatest Showman.
It's a good movie.
It is a great movie.
Yeah. Huh. Man. Vitale, right? What'd you say?
Vermeil?
Vermeil. Dick Vitale. That was a basketball coach.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Very good. Well, take that show for what it is, I guess. Don't really know what we just did, but we talked about several things. So
Talked about a lot.
thanks for coming on this ride with us.
Yeah.
Good to be back. Hopefully be able to do this a little bit more as schedules align. But, yeah, enjoy the Olympics that are going on. I'll probably end up watching some hockey this weekend, depending on how things turn out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think after that we got pitchers and catchers reporting, and it's just going to be spring. It's going to be great. And it's going to be awesome, right? So, fun fact, I was going through some old pictures the other day, and I sent this to some of the guys because I've been getting a lot of grief about, so are you a Rockies fan this year, or are you a Cardinals fan, or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. So I'm flipping through these pictures, right? And they're all of me, like, between the ages of 2 and, 6. Flipping, blah, blah, blah. It's a picture of me at 3 years old. I'm in a boat next to a dog wearing a Rockies shirt. Fast forward, there's a picture of me and my grandpa at Coors Field wearing Cardinals gear.
Yep.
So you wonder why I'm all messed up.
I've never wondered. I have never wondered.
You wonder why I can't make up my mind because I was constantly fed all this other stuff. The other thing that I found while I was going through this stuff, there's a picture of my grandpa and I. It's not of us, but where we were sitting behind the first base dugout watching Mark McGwire. There's a picture of Mark McGwire at the bat, and attached to it is a Coors Field ticket. Cardinals versus the Rockies. 1999. Guess how much that ticket cost? Probably, I would guess we're probably 7 rows back, first baseline right behind the dugout.
1999. It was $4.
$4.
Beautiful.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, so anyway, to add some mystery to it, it's just like whatever. Did you see also that apparently the Rockies get to play Team USA before their warm-up to the World Baseball Classic?
Good.
Yeah. So a lot of people are talking about it's Team USA versus the power of friendship. Don't know who scheduled that, but that's great because, number one, there are no American players that are playing on Team USA that actually play for the Rockies. So that's one of the reasons why. And number two, I'm sure they were the only ones that were willing to get embarrassed and not care about it.
I won't be watching.
Yeah, it is what it is.
No.
So anyway, the one thing in all of those pictures that I saw the other day, though, consistently when I was wearing a football-related hat, it was always the Packers. I don't have any issues with rooting for that team.
Well, there it is.
You know?
There it
So
is.
let that be a lesson to you. You can royally screw your kids up by putting them in different gear throughout their lives because then they just get confused and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, and then you got jack wagons that simply will not leave you alone regardless of your decision.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's fine. Keeps you accountable, I guess.
Hey, you know what? You switch whenever you want. I don't even care.
I'd
I'd love a weekly reveal.
I got another buddy that's like he's a Twins fan and he's so disappointed with how the Twins are.
They threaten to leave the Twins every year.
He's on the verge of they've done some really stupid things.
Yeah.
Like royally dumb. And he was like, I don't know, maybe I'll just start rooting for the Cardinals too. And I'm like, well, who knows? Maybe we'll just all just jump on it because the Cardinals are terrible anyway. So it's like,
You want to come join the Royals?
They're getting a cool new outfield.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Anywho, thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it. Please tell a friend. That's the only way we can generate new listeners. Leave a 5-star review if you think we earned it or deserve it or however that plays out in your head. You can leave a comment if you want to be a part of the show on your podcast service of choice. You can hit us up at the armchair30@gmail.com if you want to write us a long-form question, email, those type of things. And if you want to support the show, you can go to our TeePublic link and order a T-shirt there. That will be in the description as well, so you can support us that way. But as always, we appreciate you guys listening. Can't wait to talk more about some nonsense next week. But hope you guys stay safe out there as the weather kind of does its weird thing throughout this period of time. Our weather currently, just the other day, 60 degrees. Today, 10.
Yes.
3 days from now, it'll be back up in the 50s.
Well.
So it'd be great. I'm waiting for that snowstorm that hits us in April, where it's like, here's 6 feet of the heaviest snow you've ever experienced in your life. And the trees are like, I think I'll just die now.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so you can, as a South Dakotan, you can break out your snowblower once every 6 years. Because you're like, I'm so glad I bought this, even though you never use it. And you're like,
Right.
you have to change the spark plugs and the oil in it just to make sure, just for that rainy, snowy day.
Then the snow is so heavy you shear off your pins.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then you're like, why did I buy this? Anyway,
Yeah.
enjoy your guys' week. Enjoy the Olympics. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay, bye.
They know the game, but they're keeping it fun. Poking fun at the stats, they're second to none. From fantasy leagues to the locker room.